Good morning and welcome to our reflection for today. It's Thursday, the 26th of January, and it's a beautiful morning here, but bitterly, bitterly cold. So this morning we are taking our reflection from a beautiful book called Jesus Now by Leslie Brandt. And for this Thursday morning, the theme, 4 words, the standard of God. And again, we're drawn to the New Testament Christian Bible, to St. Matthew's Gospel, chapter 22, verses 37 to 39. And he said to them, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul and with all your mind. This is the great and first commandment, and a second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself." The law of God, which is the ancient commandments, attempted to explain and to clarify, is summed up in God's requirement to love God with your total being and to love your fellow persons, your brothers and your sisters, of the human family, and to love them in a manner that you expect and accept and love yourself. This is the standard of righteousness that God requires of all his creatures, and this is the standard that Jesus has measured up to and fulfilled in his life. No one can add to or subtract from God's requirement. If people could accept and live by this requirement, they would be truly the children of God. But they cannot, no matter how many rules and regulations or laws and statutes they accumulate in their sincere but futile attempts to please the heart of God. And all the pious activities and religious experiences in the world cannot cover up this incapability. It is because men and women are born into the world with a nature that has been permeated and tainted with a self-will and sin that they need a new birth, new hearts, lives set free from sin's enslavement and focused upon God's gracious will and design for his creatures. Jesus has come to make that possible, to witness as to what his Father, Mother, God requires, to demonstrate what he desires, and to release you from sin's bondage, that you may aspire to and grow toward and abide within God's righteous will for your lives. Jesus can restore you to a right relationship with God. He has accomplished what is necessary to effect that relationship, and you need only the faith. Yes, it's by faith that this can be achieved, and to accept what he has done on your behalf, to identify with him and his purposes for your lives, and to follow him as his disciples. Then you also will learn how to love God with your total beings and your fellow persons as you love yourselves. So here we're looking at the standards of God, which are not the standards of man. We're fickle. When we were born, we came into a deep, intense negative energy. As pure beings of love, we came into this body, into this incarnation, where from day one, it was a struggle. And it goes on being a struggle until such time as we surrender our life to God and to observe God's statutes for us. God has standards for us, and those standards lead us to perfection. They lead us to inner peace, and they allow us to enjoy the fruits of our labors, God's gift to us. So let us just reflect now, just for a moment. You may be struggling with some of the words I shared with you, or maybe they don't interest you, and that's okay, because I'm not here to dictate or convert or coerce. I'm just merely reading a reflection for today. But if your heart is stuck or wounded or maybe fearful, then let us now just relax for a moment. Take a deep breath and breathe in the very breath of God and sense God's inner peace around you, ensuring that your feet are firmly on the ground, where Mother Earth will release her sacred energies up through your feet, balancing, cleansing, and restoring all of your chakras, those energy wheels of love and light. And just feel that love coming up to your heart. And now listen to that inner voice, the voice of the beloved calling you to come and taste the delights of God, a God who loves you and who each day knocks on your heart to come home. Be still and remember, there is a host of angelic beings waiting for you in the wings, and all you have to do is to use your gift of free will and say, come, help me, help me. Well, now I want to thank you for joining me for this rather short reflection for Thursday, the 26th of January. And may I wish you a truly blessed day. And remember, you are a child of God. You were created by God in God's image, pure, perfection, whole and complete. Namaste, Shalom, Inshallah, Paxet Bonum, OmShanti, Solo di Caritas, Salam Alaikum, and may the peace of your God reawaken in your heart today that you are a beloved of God. Till we meet again.